If you own a property management business or have rental property, I want to share with you how we collect rent every month like clockwork. Hey everybody, my name is Paul Rush. I live in Augusta, Georgia, and I own a property management business. We manage over 600 units in the area, and we've gotten pretty good at collecting rent on time with ease. This video is to show you how we do it. So let's get into that now. The first thing is collecting rent is a balance between us reaching out to the residents about paying rent and our software also making some soft touch points along the way. So, as you all know, rent is due on the 1st. However, our rent collection timeline actually starts 5 days before the 1st when our software automatically charges the rent to each tenant's ledger. At the point when that happens, each resident gets an automated email to them reminding them that rent is due. Now, of course, it's 5 days before the 1st, but it never hurts to remind them that rent is due. So that email goes out automatically. Then on the 1st of the month, our portfolio managers actually send an email again to all the residents reminding them that rent is due. Now, this might seem a little ridiculous, but believe it or not, we collect about 60% of our rent on or before the 1st of the month. So that's not too bad. Let me then talk about the next steps that happen during the month of what we do to continue with our rent collection timeline. The next step is on the 5th of the month, we text all of the residents that have a remaining balance, reminding them that today is the last day to pay before late fees are charged. Late fees then get charged on the 6th, and our software sends out an automated email reminding them that their payment is now late and letting them know what their now current rent charge is to include that late fee. That's another touch that our software does automatically for us. Then the next step would be on the 7th. If our residents still haven't paid rent, we reach out to them with a phone call reminding them that they haven't paid rent and that their rent is late and that they have one more day to pay before we post a pay or vacate notice. Now, before I talk about the pay or vacate notice, I want to point out that at this point on the 7th of the month, we have collected about 95% of our rent. So that means we have 5% outstanding, and we're going to work with those 5% of people to remind them that today is their last day to pay before we really start the eviction process. So again, our portfolio managers reach out to all those residents and say, hey, it's the 7th. I know that you're aware of it, but you're outstanding on your rent. Let me tell you what's going on our end. If you don't pay today, we're going to start the eviction process. So then on the 8th, we do that. We email all of our residents saying, hey, we told you you're late. We're going to start the eviction process. This is your 5-day notice to pay or vacate. All of our outstanding residents get this 5-day notice, and it's saying, hey, you have 5 more days to pay your rent and your late fee. Otherwise, we're going to file an eviction. So that goes out to all of our residents. They have 5 days to pay, but then on the 6th day, we will file an eviction. We will email all the residents saying, hey, you have an outstanding balance. We have now started the eviction process. There's additional charges on your account. You're still able to pay the rent and those additional charges to stop the eviction, but we have started the eviction process. And we do that because at this point in the month, it's usually around the 15th of the month. If somebody hasn't paid rent at this point, you have got to take the necessary steps to file an eviction. You cannot continue to work with the residents about their rent or payments over time. You have got to do that. We've been doing this process for several years, and it is very effective. The biggest thing is communicating with the residents often and even before the 1st, reminding them about rent payments. Communication is key to successful rent collection. My name is Paul Rush. That's how we do rent collection here at Augusta Rental Homes. I thought that you might find this video interesting and definitely helpful. My goal is to help you make money in real estate by collecting more rent. Thanks for watching this video.